Anyway, and this is a movie you could be on your phone for.
After all that, screaming at the man. Come to find out, you don't even matter. Good job, Benhameen.
And what's up, y'all? And welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show. It's your boy, EJ Benhameen, a.k.a. definitely today, De La Troll, Bernie Slanders, Ready Hater 1, Baron Benzemo, Lightwork Yagami, Buzz Ouchia, back in the spaceship. It's going to be a special one tonight. And as always, I'm joined by
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Trash Ketchum, Dark Chocolate Phoenix, Lord of Lightsabers, the Ting of the North, Tatiana the Kang Slayer, Tatiana Kang the Conqueror, and the coldest winter soldier ever.
What was that? Trash Ketchum?
Trash Ketchum, that's my
favorite.
favorite.
And the Kang Slayer, those are definitely going to be appropriate tonight because we are here. And like I said, Bernie Slanders, Ready Hater 1 is in the house to talk about The Amateur, which drops it's a new film directed by James Hawes, screenplay by Ken Nolan and Gary Spinelli, based on a book, 1981 novel, The Amateur by Robert Littell, and it will be dropping in theaters this Friday, April, what's that, 13th, 14th?
Is it Friday the 13th?
12th?
No, 11th.
No, it's 12th. 11th?
Friday the 11th.
Okay, Friday the 11th, yes.
Yeah.
Friday the 11th, this film will be in theaters. I was, about to say something like, make sure y'all peep it, but I'm not going to say that just yet. We're going to get into this review. This will be a pretty non-spoiler review. If you've seen any of the trailers, you already know the basic plot of this film.
I haven't seen it, by the way. This is just Ben telling me.
Yeah, this is just me. I just came from the screening. Literally, I just saw this movie earlier tonight. Shout out to everyone who got me into that. Thank you for that. The Amateur. It stars our friend Remi Malek, who we've actually met, talked to before.
I mess with Rami. Rami's my boy.
Rami, love Mr. Robot always. Yeah. The god, Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, just, living legend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Berenthal shows up.
He looked like he just showed up based on the trailer. He just so randomly placed, like, oh, okay, the Punisher is there. All right, what's up?
Yeah, we'll get into it, but yeah, it was random. I don't know Shorty's name, but the
Rachel Brosnan.
Is that what her name?
Brosnahan, excuse me. She plays Sarah.
No, she shows up. I mean, and the plot of the movie is that Rami's wife is murdered and he goes on a revenge spree. But he's the amateur.
That's the plot. Right.
He works for the CIA, but he is not a CIA in the field agent. He is someone who figures out code. He's a code breaker. So he sits around the desk all day and breaks code. But then his wife gets killed in a terrorist attack.
He perping.
Oh, perping?
He's perping. He's faking like he's CIA. Okay.
I mean, he is. This movie is perping and propaganda all through it. Heavy CIA propaganda in this one. Heavy propaganda. Heavy everything propaganda. Every America is just doing right in the world, even when we're operating in dark spaces. We don't operate in the dark. It's literally a line said in this film. No, but Shorty who plays oh my God, Jon Berenthal's AKA in this film is the bear.
That had to be on purpose.
It's on purpose.
To be on purpose.
Shorty who plays the president in Paradise, right? She's playing the president, right?
Oh, you mean Sinatra?
Yes. Sinatra.
She's in this?
Yes.
Oh, Julianne Nicholson.
Julianne Nicholson. Yes, yeah. She's in this. A bunch of people showed up for checks, basically, is what this movie is.
Damn.
I really have to say this off bat. Before we go any further, not to waste any time, this movie is the most, and this would be my pull quote, this is the most algorithmically written movie I've ever seen. Shout out to the two screenwriters. I know this was not done by AI, but I do fully believe, like as is known, like Netflix will make movies nowadays where they'll be like, okay, we need this actor, because people like them in this. The
Mm-hmm.
computer says that this actor draws these people because of this role.
That's a
This
formulation.
actor formulation, and it's done by computer. And not only Netflix, every studio now is, imitating this formula. And there's also the thing about movies being made and film and television being made where people know that you're going to be looking at your phone. So it can't be too intelligent or too distracting or anything of that
Were
nature.
you in the theater looking at your phone?
No, but the dude next to me, and this is a media screening, right? The dude 2 seats next to me. All right, it wasn't that many people because there's been a bunch of media screenings. Like I know there was one earlier at 12.
Yeah,
and
there
I
was a
think there
bunch
was one
today.
last week. There was one coming up. So a lot of people have already seen the movie. So I'm not sure if dude is media or not. He was an old white man, But my man pulls out his phone at the start of the movie. I'm like, okay, cool. He's just checking his phone,
Taking notes or something.
Yeah, maybe he's taking notes before, right as the movie's starting. That's fine. But then we 10 minutes in and my man is texting and shit. Because I can look over and see his screen. So I turn to him like, yo, bro, can you put that away? It's not even making any noise. I said, it's bright. My man shut the fuck up and put his phone away. He also left like 30 minutes into it. He, I don't know why, but he made the right choice.
It's bright. I love it. Just the barking on the guy.
I barked on that man.
But also, that's rude as fuck. That's like
rude
one of the
fuck,
first
y'all.
main things about when you go to a theater. It's dark for a reason.
It's dark for a reason.
It's dark for it's one thing if you just need it real quick to like check somebody ringing you, whatever. But like,
you're not a surgeon, fam. Nobody's hitting you up like that.
Yeah.
Bro.
And just to be on a sustained, timing.
No, sustained. My man looks every 2 minutes checking his phone.
Maybe he got something to do. Maybe he's Batman. I don't know.
Well, then Batman needs to be out there fighting criminals, and that's what he left to do. Good job, Batman. Get to work.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and fuck that. You need to be giving your money away, you racist billionaire. Anyway,
you're calling this random white man a racist.
No, I'm talking about Batman.
I know.
Yeah. If he is Batman, then sorry, you gotta hold that.
This guy catches strays.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get home to my family.
And I'm over calling him out. Look,
yeah.
Anyway, and this is a movie you could be on your phone for.
After all that, screaming at the man. Come to find out, you don't even matter. Good job, Benhameen.
Dog, I can't lie. Like I say, okay,
God.
Back to the point of this movie being the most algorithmically movie ever written.
Yes.
You have Lawrence Fishburne starring as a mentor, aka Morpheus, of an untrained person who has not entered this world of killing and fighting that now they want to enter in. You have Remi Malek playing himself for Mr. Robot, a cold, semi-unfeeling person, but somehow, they try and set up that he loves his wife in the first 5 minutes. I did not feel it. I felt nothing. So when she gets, hot pocketed 5 minutes later, I didn't really care. It was like, sure, I guess he's supposed to love her, but it's Rami, and I'm sorry, I have not seen Rami in a role yet where he really expresses like more than robotic type emotion.
Freddie Mercury?
I didn't see that one joint. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he cried.
He did.
Okay.
You said maybe he cries in it. He's anyway, continue.
He cries in this, but I like I said, it's what it is that they don't spend enough time with them. She is in maybe 2 minutes before she is dead. It is just
so she's just a plot device.
Yeah, she is pure plot device.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of flashbacks to try and make you feel her, but it's all them corny, Hollywood type flash. It's like you never feel it. There's no more lines from her. She's never talking. She just suddenly in the room with him, walking by, or he thinks he sees her, that type of stuff.
Oh, okay. They definitely for sure use plot devices.
Oh, yeah, pure plot device. I don't know what role she's played before, but it's probably plot device role the way this movie is written. Because it feels like, we need a woman who's known as a plot device. Okay, here she is. So Rami Malek plays that. Jon Berenthal plays a combination of Punisher and I swear I'm sitting there looking at the Wikipedia and I cannot believe that it's on there that his AKA is the Bear, because this man shows up for a scene where he's in a diner and comments on the food. And if you've seen The Bear season 2, it feels like the scene where he's talking to Shorty in the back room. It's like that exact same scene, just recreated in a Russian diner for some goddamn reason. It's a Russian rundown bar. It's so weird. But again, this movie feels like, everyone is there because the computer knows that you've seen them in the mother roles and you like the mother roles. So if we put them all together, we'll have something that resembles a movie. And that's how this movie feels. If you've seen any type revenge movie, John Wick, down from the beginning of Hollywood. You've
Okay.
seen this before. Other than that, Rami is not. It's more akin to the ones where it's like I don't know what this is because it's not like the Salt sort of Long Kiss Goodnight where it's some woman and she just doesn't remember that she's a murderer. He's just not a murderer, and that's and like Lawrence, he goes to train with Lawrence, and Lawrence is like, "You're weak. You can't shoot anybody up close. You can't do it." But what Rami is good at is making bombs and things of that nature because he's a code breaker, so that type of
Right.
stuff works. So what he does is blow people up throughout the rest of the movie. Like,
That's what they show in the trailer. Like he blows up, and he's just running away, like hee like
yeah,
like a little goblin.
yeah, and inadvertently getting people killed and things of that nature. But he does kill a few people directly in this film, and it's one of those things where you're supposed to root for a psychopath. Like I've talked about this with John Wick before, but this is
Mhm.
even more like people constantly telling him you're on this thing of revenge. One of the people he's trying to kill sits him down and was like, "Did you feel better after you killed those people?" There's like one, like I mean, he literally it's goofy. He has a conversation with one of the terrorists who I swear must have played a therapist in another role because again, it's like they get to sit down and have this conversation. Rami has killed 3 people this man knows and is coming to kill him, and yet this man wants to sit down and have a philosophical conversation with him about murder
Mm.
instead of just putting a bullet in Rami's face and calling it a movie. You know, so no, that doesn't happen. Yeah, it's like that's the thing. If you've seen one of these movies before, you've seen this one, and I'm just,
Was it
I
predictable?
yes, in every way, shape, or form. Other than
Mm.
there was one, it was very heavy-handed in certain things, and I thought that it was going this way with the heavy-handedness. But it's also that I feel like Jon Berenthal's role must have been reduced or left on the cutting room floor
Ah, okay. Because like, why
because
else would he be there?
yeah, because it feels like he's a menace and then he's just barely in the movie where it's like, okay, and I really had to think about it afterwards, like, why was he in the second scene? What got him there? And then it still didn't really make sense. But there's a lot of that, you know. At one point, the Russians committed international incident because why not? It's just one of those things like,
Mhm.
okay, like sure that would happen in real life. Sure a Russian hit squad would shoot up a Turkish neighborhood, trying to kill Rami. I mean, from a boat at that. Like Rami is driving in a car through a neighborhood and they're on a boat just busting off shots, like
Yo, what's up, fam? It is I, Tatiana King, and I want y'all to know that I need you to do me a favor. Please share this show. You're listening to us, you're watching us, but you're gatekeeping, and I don't understand why you're doing that. I really need you to share with your friends, share with your mama, share with your cousin, share with everybody, because if you're like me, you love to share the joy, and it's really important that you do that. So please tell people about For All Nerds. I love you. I don't remember in the trailer, but does anyone have any like wild accents? No,
there's a
no.
white there's a actress, I'm not sure of her name or who she is, but she's playing a Russian who lives in Turkey and she's white. And it was one it's that's another thing. It's like wherever Rami goes, he finds white people to help him, or hurt him, even though he's full in, places full of colored people. It's like I can't find any people of color, it's like no,
Well, Morpheus.
well, again, a lot of people are there for checks and not there. They're there for a good time, not for a long time.
So you know what?
That was another thing. As big as like I'm looking at the poster right now. As big as
Yeah,
Morpheus is on this poster, my man
he's
is
not even in it like that.
hell no.
Oh, so false advertising.
Oh, I left the theater like stunned, honestly. Like how little Morpheus is in this film.
Well, this is interesting. This says this film was supposed to be scheduled to be released November 8th, 2024.
Oh, definitely feels like it.
So,
There's
and
a
it just now came out. So was that re-rise or they were just
there's
holding
a scene
it?
with Morpheus in it that felt like the most like I said, algorithmic and test screening written movie. Because there's a scene with Morpheus that felt like, we got to explain something here, guys. Every test screening we've shown this to, they just want to know what happened to Morpheus. So, call the guys up and go film in a parking lot somewhere and because that's literally what happens.
Okay. Was there anything redeeming about this film? Like, I mean, was there anything fun about the film?
Yes, it is definitely, as long-term or short-term listeners to the show, I have a category of films I like to call TNT movies that you watch before the basketball.
TBS.
TBS West, TNT West, whatever the game is on, especially during the playoffs. When TNT got them, like right now, especially we're heading into the playoff season, all the games are good. Sunday afternoon, you're waiting for the game to come on. Oh shit, the Amateur. There you go, fam. Like you're cleaning the house, you're doing other things, and in between you're watching, some of your favorite actors show up. That's the thing. It's like
So it's a good cleaning movie. Okay.
It's a great cleaning movie. There's so many great actors in it, and they're all playing in roles that you've seen them do before. So if you like them in those roles, you're gonna enjoy them. And then it's unintentionally hilarious to me.
Was any of the action I know you talk about a lot of people killing each other or trying to. Was there any of the action any good? Like any hand to hand?
Lawrence gets into a hand to hand brawl.
Oh, he's scrapping? Morpheus scrapping?
Our man got thrown across the table.
Damn.
And I felt bad, I really felt bad for her. I know it's a stunt man, I get it, but I just felt bad, that, like Lawrence Fishburne's in a movie getting thrown across tables at his, stately age. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in a movie at my age getting thrown across tables. I do it, don't get me wrong. You put me in a movie and throw me across the table, I'm there for it. But
that's fucked up, but that's actually a really good way to put it. Stately.
Yeah, stately. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't not need to be getting thrown across tables, and he definitely did not. No, one of my other pull quotes is, I'm not sure about Remi Malek, but Lawrence Fishburne deserves better than this.
I understand this.
Rami deserves checks. Lawrence deserves checks too, but he deserves a better film with his checks than this.
Now I understand this is a mortgage movie for a lot of people, but was the acting good?
If you've seen them in other roles that you like, they're doing those roles again. So it's
like nothing's new.
Yeah, I mean, are they really even acting at this point? Is Jon Berenthal acting when he shows up and talks menacing for a few scenes? Like, this is what the man does on a daily basis, I believe. I think Rami Malek's, general demeanor is somewhere near robotic,
I feel that's just how you do. I don't remember him being like that when I met him.
He was very chill when we met him.
He was very chill.
Very chill. Very chill. Not robotic. That's what I'm saying. In this, he's a bit robotic. He's more like Mr. Robot. But he's chill, I guess. No, the man turns into a pure-on psychopath. That is one of the more entertaining parts of this film to me. Is he's worse than John Wick. Like, he tortures motherfuckers. Like, again, people point that out to him too. Like, you didn't just shoot these people. You know what I mean? You straight up tortured them.
And he like it.
Yeah, he keeps doing it. He has no real physical reaction to it. Like, we see him vomit early when he confronts somebody the first time he butts up, and he talks bid to his bosses, and then he goes vomits. But after that, my man is murdering people with no problems.
So he's more like Elliot from
he went and had some drinks after the first body.
Well, that's kind of psychotic. Just drinks. Well, chilling, he went to the bar and was chilling. He went to the Fridays?
No. He was drinking. My man pulled up shots. He was trying to drink that pain away. But then I guess like they say, you catch your first body, it becomes easy. Because after that, he went into full on torture mode. Well, no, the first one was a torture mode that led to a body, and then the second body, he was just enjoying his torture. The third one, he definitely enjoyed that, and he would have enjoyed the fourth one, but he worked on another way to get rid of that cat.
How was the ending?
Hilariously goofy, my man. I'm a give it away. This is a spoiler. Just for the exact last moment of the movie, my man flies off into the sunset. You've heard of and not even on a plane. No, my man literally gets into a small plane and flies himself off into the sunset.
Wow.
Literally, he flies off into the sunset.
So, with all that you just said, would you recommend this movie?
No, when it comes on streaming.
So streaming, cool, but don't get up out your seat to go to the theater.
I can't do that. You know what I mean? In all good conscience. Other than let's say you like to support theaters, you know what I mean, which is a good noble cause, then this is it is entertaining. I'm not like that's the thing. Okay, yes, if you like these actors and you like this type of film, then I would say it's worth a trip to the theater.
It's giving Netflix. It's giving Netflix and
Yeah,
chill.
the one thing about it, it just doesn't have a lot of. It's not like a John Wick where he is out shooting people left and right, fist fights all the time. There's not that much of that. It's more like methodical murders, and there ain't that many bodies caught in this one. So it ain't like if you're not looking for that. If you're looking for that, then this ain't it. But there are some inventive bodies caught in this.
Okay. That's a highlight.
No, it is. It is. I'm not gonna give away any more than that, but my man is, like I said, my man is a pure on psychopath. Y'all know I've called John Wick a psychopath for years. This man is taking the cake. I mean, this man at least has his direct wife being murdered by these people. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna get my revenge.
Actual reason, right?
Yeah, it's not like John Wick and his dog.
Well, it's his. Hey, man, white people love dogs, man. I love my dog too.
I love him too. I've had many a dog, and if someone came along and shot one of my dogs, I'm probably gonna go get another dog.
What letter grade are you giving The Amateur?
D, motherfucker. No. That's just one of my favorite lines from a great film, Do the Right Thing. Well, no, I just want to say,
Jason Statham scored higher. So
what did the working man get?
I gave it like a C+.
Oof. I'm much harsher than you. I would give this I would give this a C. Yeah.
A C. Okay.
Yeah, I would give this a C. C+. If
the plus is for Statham.
Yeah, the C+ for this one was for the hilarity. Like the unintentional hilarity. And for like.
But do they earn it? But that's not earned if it's unintentional.
Well, the fact
it wasn't engineered.
The fact that they go to Russia and then put Jon Berenthal into a small bar where he orders food and talks about it. That was intentional. You know what I mean? Like they knew what they were doing when they did that scene. Like it's that type of thing. They knew what they were doing when they cast Morpheus, as a teacher, mentor.
Damn.
So
sorry,
it's that
Rami.
type of hilarious. Yeah, I'm not sorry for Rami at all. He collected the check. I'm sorry for Lawrence Fishburne.
Rami. I'm glad I didn't see it.
I'm kind of sorry for Jon Berenthal because he deserves better than this. Rami might deserve better than
nobody deserves better. They all signed up willingly for this. They knew what it was when they signed up.
No, but
Academy Award winning, you knew what it was when you signed up.
No, Rami, that's what I'm saying. He young, prime of his career, he fine. Lawrence deserves better than this.
He signed up.
True indeed, but he's worked too hard. He should be signing up for better than this.
Is he being offered better than this?
That's what I mean. He deserves better than this. That's what I mean. There's my point right there.
Gotcha.
Like when you're doing like the check mortgage movies, but I get it. Maybe that check. If the check was massive, then I ain't mad at all. If his agent came through and was like, "Yo, we got this," nigga, they're paying you, Lawrence. Then, salute. Cause they, like I say, he's massive on the poster. Like, so they must have. I feel like they paid for his time.
They pay for his time. Okay. Listen, I'm all about paying for a man's time.
Yeah, in that case,
legend's time.
Respect.
Right.
Respect to the amateur in that case. I'll bump you up to C+ for paying for Lawrence Fishburne.
All right. Anything else about this movie? Are you done, Ben?
I think I'm done. Like I say, TNT joint, before the game, quality. Beyond that, if you like these people, check it. But you've seen this film before and better, I have to say. Like, yeah, I have to. Couple of inventive, body catching for that, for those in the crowd. It's funny to see Remi Malek crash out. I can't lie. That was hilarious. There's a lot of unintentional things. It's okay. It is a complete, and not in a Fast and the Furious way, but just in you got to suspend your disbelief in this one. It's a ridiculous film on a lot of levels. So yeah, go into it. Don't think about it too much. Enjoy it. Eat some popcorn. Watch these actors play their roles that you love, and you might have a good time. C+.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
but we appreciate everybody listening. sorry, Ben, that you. Well, you didn't suffer, okay? It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't Thor:
I
Love
had
and
a
Thunder,
general
okay?
good time.
You didn't suffer.
It was not one of those films where I've like. It was not Thor: Love and Thunder, which we go back to
Which
as
is suffering.
Yes, which was suffering. Which was
Yeah.
pure suffering. Where I wanted to walk out. Where I felt like I did feel like my intelligence was being insulted, but more so in the fact that that's how I feel with a lot of modern Hollywood, where it's like this computer is telling me, this
You're
is a
supposed to
movie. You
like
should
it.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like this, right?
Yeah.
So
You liked Katy Perry, so you must like this.
Yeah, it wasn't like Thor: Love and Thunder, where it's like some cokehead, was telling me this is funny, and I'm like, no, it ain't cokehead,
Well, that's one cokehead that will never be on this show. Thank you, guys.
I didn't name the cokehead. It could be a lot of them.
Oh.
There was probably a lot of coke on the set of Thor: Love and Thunder. And I'm not opposed to coke.
I plead the fifth. Listen, we're out of here. We're out of here. This just took a massive left turn. Thank you, everybody.
Allegedly.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening to our podcast as well as our review. Benhameen's review of The Amateur. Again, it releases on April 11th. That is a Friday. Enjoy yourself or not. He gave it a C+. Please make sure you are subscribed to us on your favorite podcast platform as well as YouTube. For All Nerds TV, we are everywhere as For All Nerds. You can follow myself, Tatiana King. You can follow him, DJ Benhameen, all over the interwebs. And please make sure you are supporting us. You can do that on our Patreon, patreon.com/forallnerds. Our site, forallnerds.com, where you can get some incredible merch. Ben is wearing what might be a super secret special one. We're trying to see how we're going to get this going for y'all because the internet, the DCMA takedowns is real. So... they try not to let us win, let us cook on that, but we're getting it together. But that being said, we appreciate, love you, and we will talk to you guys very soon. Peace.
Hey y'all, thank you for watching this For All Nerds video, whatever video it was that you just watched. Make sure you hit these buttons below. Press all those buttons, that like, that subscribe, whatever you see right below these fingertips right here. Just hit them, hit them, hit them. For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/forallnerds.